He's so
Hi.
shy.
Welcome back to Stirring the Pot. You got me, Ramon, a.k.a. Ready Guard.
Your boy Clutch, the Don.
Aren't y'all gonna introduce me?
And we got.
I think we introduced ourselves. So you want to ladies to introduce yourself?
You gotta have an act like.
If we introduce, you know what's gonna happen. You know what he's gonna say.
Yeah.
You would like him to say.
You
that?
already know. So.
No, Steve, you introduce me.
All right, so we're gonna do this again. What's up? Welcome back to another episode of Stirring the Pot. We got me, myself, Ramon, Rated R.
We got Clutch, the Don in the house, and we have our amazing Brittany.
Well, don't get a big head. Oh, my bad. So this episode,
And she's wearing pink because the brain is.
She has the brain. She don't need the pink.
Y'all.
Hey.
So this is our first movie review. Please know if you're watching this, it's gonna be all kinds of fucking spoilers. So don't fucking just click away now.
Just click away. The movie we're reviewing
Like-
today, Black Panther. We seen it
Exactly.
Thursday before it was released. Technically, the day before.
Yep.
We
So-
contributed to Black art, Black growth, Black development. And
Culture.
we're gonna do a full Black culture.
and Hispanic
Chadwick
culture.
Boseman.
And
Boswick?
Boseman.
Boseman.
And Hispanic culture. Let's not forget our other
Latinx
our
culture.
other black. You know, yo, I thought they was gonna do like Dragon Ball Z shit.
I swear I did too.
Come out. Like, no.
That's what I thought it
So
was.
if you watching, this is spoiler. This is not spoiler free. So
Spoiler alert warning. Be
yeah.
warned.
The fact that you click on this,
So go
you's a
watch
crazy
it and then come back.
motherfucker.
Or watch it and watch it.
And then, yeah, or that. I mean, because the way I see it, I've never been the type of person, you can talk about a movie, you won't spoil it for me because the way I picture it, it's
Right.
not going to be the way it is.
Right.
My
And
imagination is too wild for
Right.
it to be legit. Like,
Right. And depending on how you tell me too, it might be
Exactly.
different how it actually
see,
goes.
yeah, that too. Because somebody might tell you, oh, yeah, then she like, you know what I'm saying, wrapped her legs around his neck and just twisted it. Like, ain't none of that shit fucking happen. It's like, so what the fuck?
Yo, my homeboy was telling me about Brokeback Mountain and how he described it to me. I never seen Brokeback Mountain. Well, I did eventually see it, but it wasn't until like in the last year. He was like, yeah, man, the dude keeps fucking him. And then he wakes up in the morning, he's mad, he beats his ass. They fucked him, that he's gay, he loves him. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, he fucks him, and then he beats his ass. I'm just over here like, this is the movie. Like, I made shit, maybe fuck shit. Maybe I watch it.
Yeah, fuck
and
shit.
That wasn't it at all. It was a really really bad review.
That's
All right,
so funny.
so let's get started.
The movie
Overall,
absolutely fucking fantastic. As a person
liked
who
it?
watched
Okay.
Black Panther 1
Yes.
Okay.
and did not like it,
Really?
I did not like Black Panther 1. I can honestly say that now, honestly, truly, because Black
What-
Panther
what-
2
what's the
made
thing
up
you
for
like
it
about
so much.
What's the difference
here's
between the
the
first
main-
one and the second one that you like?
So here's the two things that I didn't like about Black Panther 1. Black Panther 1 didn't have enough Panther. It wasn't him doing the Panther prowl. He didn't do like the Panther leap. He wasn't anything Panther. He was just like a martial art guy. If he wasn't dressed in the Black Panther outfit and the movie was the same, you wouldn't know that was Black Panther.
Okay, I see what you're
So
saying.
in Civil War, he like did the Panther run.
yeah, like he crawled up.
He crawled up. Like he did all
Yeah.
this like sick Panther shit that was like more athletic and more like gymnastic shit. And I was expecting that more in Black Panther, the movie. Obviously, if you had it in Civil War, why wouldn't you have that same type of martial arts in Black Panther? The second thing I don't like about it, petty, weird scene. What does 007 drink? Apple martini, shaken, not stirred. There was a bar scene where they were in Beijing, I think China.
Oh yeah, there's a
And he was-
casino.
He was drinking in a casino and he asked for a drink. And that was the time. What does the Black Panther drink?
I see what you're
What
saying.
does the Black Panther drink?
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like besides the heart-shaped herb.
That actually would have been a cold ass.
What is he drinking? Is
That
it
would've
a
been a
Henny and
cold-ass
Coke?
scene.
Is it a Jack and Coke? Is it tequila?
That
Is
is
it
very
Sprite?
fucking.
No,
Is it
but
a
that would have been a.
martini? Is it like
Just
that role right there to find out what the Black Panther drinks is like.
That would have been a cold scene if done right. And it's a drink you ain't never heard of. You like, oh shit, I want to try that shit.
Right.
It would have been a cold
I
ass
see
scene.
Cold ass
You know what I'm
scene.
saying?
Because you think they thought
It is.
you
I'm
think
not
they thought, but in 007, you think they thought Apple Martini? You think that was gonna be the thing that was gonna be the thing that makes you remember of what 007 drinks?
Yeah.
No.
I
They
see
just
what
put
you
that
said,
shit in
though.
there. Apple Martini shaking out stern. This is the most manliest man in America right now, other than Rocky, other than some of those other movies that were going on at the time. Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
We're talking about the dude who's going into other countries and he's bringing down these countries from inside as an agent with special weapons. This nigga's drinking an Apple Martini, shaking out stern. They didn't think that. They would have did the old fashioned with Bullet Rye or something like that. You know.
Plus, this is a black dude in Beijing, so you really like me. Just the comedy part. What they have is drink
Right.
that he was drinking.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
he ordered like, yo,
I
let me
see
get this
what you
step. Like we ain't got.
Could have been
that.
something with rum. Could have been a rum and coke, or rum and Red Bull.
Exactly.
Could have been something that was.
And that's too. Like, what do
what
people
was that scene?
in that country? What is the main drink?
He's a cat. He could have been something. It could have been
Some
something
milk.
Some milk base. Could have been milk base. It could have been something that was
Patron
cool.
Cafe with Irish cream.
An eggnog whiskey. It could have been a fucking
With babies.
a grasshopper. A fucking
Yeah.
you know, like just matter the options. I feel like they just dropped the ball on that, and that was a
Or a purple drink.
Something purple.
That would be
There's
kinda
purple
racist.
drinks out there.
Yeah,
There's
no,
purple
no,
drinks
yeah,
out there. There's
but
purple. You have,
I see what you're saying with that.
What is it? There's a purple drink with sparklies in them. I forgot what it's called. It's a purple drink with sparkles.
Some of the sparkles.
Yeah,
like
it's
those shit.
sparkles.
Like, how'd you feel about it?
I like the movie.
You like
I was very pissed off and ready to walk out. I was telling Vanny I was ready to go.
it? Which part?
When she died.
Oh, Angela
Oh,
Bassett.
Finnick.
Let me see.
Oh,
Yeah.
Angela
I was
Bassett.
gonna bring that from
something
my
like-
color party, and then somebody
Something
decided
like
they
that.
wanted to be purple.
Something like that would have been fire.
Yeah, that would have been.
So
I agree.
you said when Angela Bassett died?
When Angela Bassett died, that pissed me the fuck off. She died in the stupidest fucking way.
That really?
Yes. That
It's
pissed
water.
me off.
It was,
I guess you want to know why? Because
she didn't go out fighting like everybody else.
like I don't know. It was just a sorry ass
So
way to die. I didn't like
here's
that.
what I'll say about that, because I also didn't particularly love that. I love the fact that she sacrificed herself to save Ironheart,
Yeah.
but Ironheart was in the water longer than Bassett, because when she seen her, she had to swim down in order to get her.
Right.
So technically, from a scientific
And she
perspective,
was-
she should have had.
But
less.
just
She was
the
unconscious.
Right.
So
just
she
the
didn't have the
science
time
part.
to like save the oxygen. She got knocked out from the explosion.
Just the science
and
part.
she went down. So like, if you're going to do it, if Bassett died, then the other girl has to die too.
No, but just the science part,
Should have
right?
died as well.
You talking about
So she's
older,
older.
using more muscle and more energy versus
Fair.
her.
Fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I agree. She was in there longer, but also I looked at that. That was one of that's like, yo, for real. But it was just like, but she
I
was.
so pissed. I was
Your
ready to
body,
leave.
her body went limp, so it's like
Mm.
she's conserving more energy than old girl.
Yeah,
or
then-
Angela Bassett.
And then Ironheart was outside of the water, which means you had to take her outside of the water
Exactly.
and then die.
Yeah,
So that was a little bit.
yeah.
I didn't think about that until you.
That character, Ironheart, I was very
Is that her name?
Ironheart
Riri.
is her character.
Riri.
She was cute. She was a little.
It was-
stuck up with cornrows.
By far the most down to earth black person that we could have got. Like,
She's
because they didn't go
comedian.
over the top,
Yeah.
but they didn't hold back either. It was
Yeah.
like very
Yeah. No, she was very
in the middle.
realistic.
It was perfect. It's like I thought I was looking at my cousin on the screen.
Yeah, she
for a
was
moment.
realistic.
Like,
Seriously, seriously. And then to have her in MIT. I'm from Cambridge, Boston, Massachusetts.
He pointed out all the
Yo.
fucking.
Yeah,
Yo, I know that
I
street.
heard
I know that street.
I know.
Listen.
Oh, that's the bridge. I was like,
And
yo.
from everyone that's from Boston, you know they have a Boston movie or any place where there are movies from. Sometimes they go down North Street and then they'll end up on South Street going north somehow. Like, this shit don't make no sense. This was correct. They went from one street to other street to other street that led to the other street that led to the other street. Actually, like, you can take those streets the same exact path and end up where they are. And I've had other movies like Departed, other movies that were shot in Boston like
The Town.
The Town
I love
was
that
another
movie.
movie
I
where
love
they
The
go
Town.
down one street and then end up in Charlestown. Like, y'all was in Cambridge. How the fuck you take a right, left, and end up in Charlestown? Like, they're not that close. They're like 5 miles apart. You have to go. There's a whole bunch of other scenes they could have shot in order to highway chasing scenes with the cops where they could end up there. And it didn't work out the way that it should have.
When shit like that is irritating
So
to watch.
let me ask y'all: who did y'all think was gonna be the? Because I swore it was gonna be Okoye.
It was Sherry.
Only because we never seen her. That was my biggest problem with the movie. We ain't seen this chick fight nobody. She's been shooting guns, but she ain't put her hands on nobody.
It's about
Sure.
Yeah.
She ain't put her hands. Even when the first one and in game, she was shooting shit.
Yeah.
She ain't put her hands on nobody. So that's why I was like, how you go from you couldn't handle your cousin, an alien knocked you out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the alien in Infinity War, one hit she out. And that's why when that crash scene with her, I was like, see, this is why I don't think she gonna be Black Panther. She knocked out, but Okoye, she got right out that fucking car because she used to get knocked out or she's used to getting hit hard. So it's like, all right. So I thought for sure she was gonna be it.
But in order to be the Black Panther, you have to be royalty.
But
so I knew she couldn't make it, but I thought it would be his baby mama.
But when she called the Queen Mother, I was like, don't tell me this is her oldest daughter. This whole time she ain't said shit. When she said mother, when they fired her, from being a general, she's like mother, and I was like, oh, don't fucking tell me it's like fucking
that was
the Woman King.
Yeah,
like Jesus Christ, like
So I knew it wasn't her because her figure just didn't fit. The girl who played Black Panther, if you watch the trailer, she had to be skinny. So Lupita and Lupita, excuse me, thank you.
She is thicker than a fucking snake.
Yo, we
I
sit
had
there.
no idea.
Yo.
I literally said, and I had Vanity dead. And I was like,
he said the same
because
shit.
I seen when she came on scene, all they showed was like the back half of her. I said, God damn, I did not know she had all that ass back there.
30% of the screen that ass.
I didn't say it, but in the theater,
damn.
Before they showed the ass on her, I was like, yo, if I was a cameraman, I would have slipped up. Whoop. Let me bring it back. Like, I'm surprised the camera.
Right.
Very much thicker than the other one.
So between her and the other girl, they're just too thick, they're too muscular, they're too tall. So it had to be someone that was small and had really thin frame. Mm-hmm. And the fact that she wasn't in combat, like she didn't have any of those combat scenes is the reason why she's so small, because her main skill and ability is intelligence of being able to be an engineer and create all these different things.
The reason I thought it would be Okoye is because, first of all, I told you, she was on tour with Ryan Coogler all the fucking time for this one. She's got her own Disney Plus series coming out. And then, they was talking about there's supposed to be multiple Black Panthers. Which, now that we know watching the end, why there's supposed to be multiple Black Panthers.
We got to talk about that too, because the other guy who's with the gorillas, he seemed... M'Baku, yes.
He's gonna be the king.
He seems like he's gonna be the king.
But that's what it's supposed to be. It's gonna be someone's gonna be the king and someone's gonna be the Black Panther.
Okay, because he was challenging for Black Panther. You don't challenge for the king. I think you only challenge for Black Panther.
But who else is gonna challenge him?
Fair enough.
Which is when I saw it when they had that scene at the funeral, I was like, when he's like, yo, your brother told me to look out for you. I was like, oh, this nigga gonna be the king.
M'Baku's my dude.
Yo.
I wanted to dress with M'Baku a couple years ago. That nigga's a beast.
Yo.
I like him, yeah.
He got fucking knocked. He got chipped. That nigga.
He got his ass. Dog. You know when you get have you ever been hit by your parent? You just have to. That's what that nigga. Hold up, I'm still here.
Right.
Shit.
What's that movie with I think it's called Day Shift with Jamie Foxx on Netflix?
Oh, you're off.
When nigga got punched up the stairs, and then Jamie Foxx was like, "Yo, that nigga just punched me up." So what was your least favorite part of Black Panther 2?
I like the way they said. All right.
Let's get to the negatives. Let's get to the bad side.
Well, I'm pretty much gonna be all over the place with this one. They didn't do enough for her with Siri, with as far as her being a Black Panther, which is why it wasn't enough build up to her being like it was, but it wasn't like as far as the physical part. Like you didn't see her train shit. That's my whole problem with her being that. Like like I said, we never see her put her hands on nobody in order to be the Black Panther. Because think about it like this: she's the princess, so don't you think she would be just as skillful as? Because they're women. The mom picked up a spear. In the first one too, like, yo, what's up? I do what I gotta do.
But that's what I'm saying. They kind of suggested that everyone knows some type of form of martial arts. It seems like regardless of
but you got to see it though.
Right, but it seems like regardless of what you do, even all the women have been in the martial arts, and everyone there knows how to fight.
But we got to see Lupita fuck somebody up in the movie before.
Yeah,
we didn't get to see her.
That didn't bother me so much.
Like we didn't get to. So my thing is, it just wasn't believable. It was believable the intelligence part, but as far as like all of a sudden she come into the boat, putting her hands on motherfuckers, it's like, yo, you crawling, falling and shit, climbing on the shit, kicking niggas in the face while you leaving from one to another. It's like, where the fuck this shit come from? We ain't seen you leap shit. Like,
I see what you mean. It would have been nice to see
her go through
some sort of a training phase. Because she was trying to recreate the
heart-shaped herb.
The herb.
And then she punched
it would have been nice to.
Yeah, see that she punched thing. All of a sudden, it's just like
now I'm like super strong and I know how to do everything.
Although with the comic books, it comes with when you take the heart-shaped herb, but it's just like
strength does, but ability to fight, the skill to fight is not.
But exactly, and that's the thing. Like at least with T'Challa, he had to practice, but this one's just like, so where did this come from?
Technically, to beat a Black Panther, they actually take your powers away.
Yeah,
so if someone challenges you, you have to actually know how to fight in order to become
that too. They didn't do that shit again because.
But there isn't anyone in the position, so you don't have to fight anyone. Technically, she would technically be the next in line to be Black Panther because there's no.
But all of them are kind of royal family to be Black Panther, because think about the first one.
There's different.
M'Baku, they all come from. Yeah, they come from different tribes, but the bloodline is still there. Because you don't think
the bloodline of their tribe, because their tribe, T'Challa's tribe runs Wakanda, so everyone's not in the same tribe. It's all Wakanda, but there's different type of tribes. So if M'Baku wanted to challenge the Black Panther, T'Challa, to become the Black Panther, it may not even be called the Black Panther anymore. He might be the Black Gorilla.
But you still get the power. See, here's the difference. In the comic books, you have to be a bloodline.
That's what I'm saying.
But they didn't talk about that in this one.
It's automatic. You should know.
But no.
That's why they're all the.
But they didn't. They never brought it up. So to have that part where someone could come in and take and fight you, they have to take the same thing. Because in the comic books, you die.
You take the same thing.
The heart-shaped herb
yes.
to become whatever. But in the comic books, you die if you're not part of the bloodline.
Oh.
That's why I said
it's not the same thing.
But and that's why I say I think in the movie they might have been They might have been a part of the same bloodline. It's just they drifted off.
So in the movies never translate directly from.
I know. So I know.
I will not be a stickler and say that's how it was in the comic books. I'm not gonna be so.
I'm not, and that's not making it bad. It's just it just didn't make like. I wish they would just explain it. Like anybody can take it because that's pretty much. Yeah. Because think of how many people they try to give it to so many people in the movie. Try to give it to Lupita, who's not blood. So it's just like they didn't really hit on that. Mm-hmm. It's not It's not done for me. It's still a good movie, and that's not a major factor.
I think she is royalty.
She's royalty in that tribe, in a different tribe.
Because T'Challa had a child with her.
Yeah.
So they can't be the same blood.
Yeah. She's royalty in a different tribe.
This is not Game of Thrones.
Right.
The dude who had the shit in his mouth, that's her pops.
Okay. What about you? What's the worst thing? What's the thing that you didn't like?
That was the thing I did not like. Her dying. That pissed me off. I was very upset about that. She died. I didn't like the way she died. Like I said, her going down there, bringing her up, and then I don't know if maybe. It just felt like she saved her, and then it flashed, and then they all came in, and all of a sudden she was dead. Mm. That was weird.
And that explains why they've been interviewing the fuck out of her, Angela Bassett, because she ain't gonna be in this motherfucker no more.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
But I also thought maybe it was like the guy seems like a no bullshit type of person. So
who namor?
Yeah. He seems like no bullshit, but I honestly thought that he kind of slept her, put her to sleep more so than kill her. So I was expecting her to come back. I swear to you, I was just like...
That's weird. I don't know how you got that.
I just thought that because of the way that she died.
He threw 7 grenades in a window and then...
Don't, them fucking grenades.
The water grenades is beast.
Them motherfuckers, where they get those at? I want them motherfuckers.
Yeah, those shits was...
What did you like?
My 2 things I didn't like are kind of one of them stupid. Other one is stupid for the movie. They did and they should have fucking absolutely not have done this. So my first one is stupid. T'Challa died. They had a personal funeral for him in the woods, right? And then they took his body and paraded him through the village to a certain area. And then they had a fucking spaceship, aircraft, beam him up. What the fuck? Where is he buried? Why are you doing all this extra shit? Why have the personal funeral, then the personal funeral, then move him somewhere else? Like, just have him go to where he's supposed to be buried and bury him. Unless you don't want to bury him, there might be something else that comes down later on. Obviously, can't be Chadwick Boseman, but it's like, what the fuck? But that was kind of stupid for me. And they did the same thing with that. And I also didn't like the fact that the casket wasn't really, like, it didn't scream out royalty to me. It just seemed like he was a Black Panther. He died. It could have easily been like an Egyptian pharaoh coffin type shit, like more designs in it, like
just like
it's real more expensive. Yeah, the mom and T'Challa had the same kind of casket, but he already had him. You had T'Challa with his arms crossed and the traditional Egyptian coffin picture, and then you had his face. So like, why not just do like a full Egyptian coffin with like the language on the side, the way that they do hieroglyphics on the
just like when they showed his picture.
Well, yeah, but just on the side, like the other designs could have been like the Wakanda language, just like how they do, the hieroglyphics on the pharaohs.
No, I know what you're saying, but kind of like how they did the picture, but put it on the casket, like
put it like actually on the character, not just the picture, but like the whole casket being him, like carved out into his face and image and figure. I thought that would have been a lot better for something, because the goddess Bas, which is the goddess of in Egyptology, is where they got the Black Panther from. So it has.
I've seen them say it a couple of times in the movie, and I didn't know what that was about.
Bassett is the Egyptian goddess of the cat. So they have Egyptian origins. Why not do an Egyptian pharaoh burial of him having like this amazing black and gold casket with his history or his life or his verbiage or his words on the casket, and like just done up like that. You're the most advanced. You're the most advanced civilization on the earth, on the planet right now.
Yeah.
Like, it should be better. It should just be a black box coffin with a picture of Black Panther in a mask, but the arms crossed. It seemed a little cheap to me.
Yeah.
The second thing I didn't like is more of being less nitpicky. Motherfuckers decided to go in the water on a ship to fight these motherfuckers from the water. What strategic advantage is that?
Yeah, they try to explain it like to get away from people, but it's just like
what? That shit didn't make any sense.
Especially when they figured out how to beat them.
Yeah, you was in Ubaku's place with snow, so you have no actual water. They had to make their way there. Everything's frozen. That would have been a strategic advantage for you to fight there. You literally had everyone go there in order to take refuge. You could have just had the fight there.
Yeah. Versus
going into the ocean. That's why they were fucking outnumbered. And then like they have orcas, they have fucking whales.
They came I ain't gonna lie, they came loaded that motherfucker.
I'm surprised the fucking Kraken didn't come anywhere and fucking take the fucking
ship over. In the beginning, when they was at night, when they was on the boat, I thought that's what was gonna happen. Kraken, it was gonna come out. I was like, don't tell me gonna put a big ass motherfucking monster just grab this fucking helicopter from the sky.
And they easily could, and that's the reason why they lost on the water. So it didn't make sense for you to be a land dwelling people, landlocked inside of Africa, for you to decide to take a ship and then go fucking fight them. Who knows how many hours or days away? It shit just didn't make sense. If y'all niggas to lose, wait, what?
I didn't like the fight.
If I was namor when I came back after I gave up, and I see like there's 7 niggas versus 7,000.
Kill these niggas.
Nah, fuck that nigga. Fuck that shit, nigga. Kill them niggas.
Right.
Wrap this shit up.
Right.
Fuck this bitch.
I didn't like.
Took her shit out.
I didn't like. I see what they try to do and how they try to explain it. I didn't like the fact that they brought Killmonger back without bringing him back. Like, why the fuck out of everybody she would have saw that nigga?
I was so happy they brought him back.
Or at least her mom. At least her mom.
Sexy as fuck. How you die and come back sexier? That nigga was.
That
nigga looked like fucking Omari, a sexy version of Omarion. Got the fucking hair
out. I heard y'all motherfuckers saying that shit.
That nigga was sexy.
I heard y'all motherfuckers saying that.
No fucking homo. He was.
You are so right.
I just
shirt out.
I'm like, why?
He got the fucking. I forgot what they called.
His dreads were longer.
Yeah, I forgot what they called the
that too. It's like, why the fuck?
That shit was fucking.
Y'all bring him. She see him. Like he ain't had that much of fucking impact.
Because she was looking for revenge.
I get that. And that's how they tried to cover it up. It still didn't make fucking sense.
Nah, I disagree.
at least see your mom. Like, you just lost this person. Like, because the first one, he saw his pops, who he cared about.
Yeah.
So, you see the motherfucker who tried to kill you.
Well, he wanted to be his father. He was avenging his father. That's why T'Challa seen his father.
I mean, but still, why would you want to? So, you tell me she didn't want to avenge her mom? She
wanted to avenge her brother.
I understand why they didn't show him, but I would take the mom. It would have made more sense to see the mom than him. Although they explained it, they definitely did a good job trying to explain why you saw him for the event. I get that, but it would just been more for mom.
You know, I would have liked to see the dad.
I think the number one person that they obviously wanted, right? If they did have, if he was still alive, they would have Chadwick, right? So if you don't have Chadwick, the actual Black Panther, then you have to have the secondary Black Panther. That would only make sense.
Which would have been
the mom just died. It would have been hard for her to say something that was compelling, right? It would have been really weird and twisted. Like, I just died. I want to come with you with all this knowledge right now. The fact that I didn't tell you when you was alive, why am I telling you now when I'm dead? You know what I'm saying? Like that.
But she was trying to tell you though.
But I think it would have been nice to see the dad.
Yeah,
like
that would have been the secondary.
No, I'm gonna tell you why though.
Because not as much as more than.
No, I'm saying if they didn't go with Michael B. Jordan, no, I like to see.
If it wasn't Michael B. Jordan, yes, I say the dad.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I didn't see the mom only because I feel like you're supposed to. Once you take it, you're supposed to see
your
who
ancestors.
was previously
your ancestors.
I thought it was the previous
you're right.
Black Panther.
Technically right.
Because when he went back, you seen the dad, and then you seen all the people in the back that were Panthers.
You're right. You're spot on.
So if it would make more sense to see the dad.
And here's my problem with that is that she's known the Black Panther. She's known her parents. It was different for Michael B. Jordan when he did it.
He still took the herb though.
No, when he did it though, who he saw and where he was at.
Who did he see?
He saw his dad.
He saw his dad, but where he was at was that apartment. His dad died.
Yeah.
So, but that's a little bit different. But you kind of know these people because that's all he knew. That's all he had to relate to Wakanda. But she had multiple people, so it's just like, why didn't she see? Which I understand when they explain it, but why did she see anybody else in him? Because the revenge part I get. But still, it's just like, but you known other Black Panthers more than just your brother.
And then he came back still talking shit, like no, wasn't humble at all. He said
he should have been more humble. I agree.
Yeah, like I was just like, God, damn, they brought him back and he's still a dick. Like, but he's so fucking sexy.
When they were talking about multiple Black Panthers, I thought that, and they actually mentioned it that his mom was dying, and then I think that Namor's mom was dying, and then she took the heart-shaped herb or
their version of
vegetable or a fruit or some type of plant that grew from their it's not animanium. Vibranium, thank you. That grew.
Animanium.
Animanium is a Wolverine.
Oh,
has animanium claws. So it's very similar metals, but long story short, so when they took the herb, that's how she survived. But that's how she had the baby with him having like pure mutant powers without having to take the herb. So it made sense for them to try to take the heart-shaped herb and bring back Michael B. Jordan as the new Black Panther, more humble, because he died humble. He died like, hey, listen, I don't necessarily understand you, but like this was my motive, and this is what I wanted to do. Why wouldn't you bring him back and have him be a redeemed person? Have him have his redemption arc. That would have made way more sense.
Yeah.
And where she so she's the Black Panther, and Michael B. Jordan's also Black Panther, and they're just fucking up shit together.
So how y'all feel about Namor?
He's a nigga beast.
I didn't see.
I cannot wait to see him.
Anything wrong with
Phase 4?
What he was doing?
Yeah,
I want to see him in Phase 4. I want to see him fucking some shit up.
Yeah.
Because they better not nerf that nigga. That nigga was like.
The reason why he hated
a beast.
The land people, like I felt like that was a very fucking powerful moment.
Yeah.
Like when he came back and he seen how we were being treated, and then the
slave shit.
Yeah, like I felt like that was a very powerful moment because it I feel like it tied everything together. His story anyway. Yeah. Like it brought everything in full circle, but it also just let you know how long he had been here. Like, up underneath there.
In the comic books, it's like that. He's like one of the first mutants.
I really need to stop fucking watching these damn movies without knowing anything about
them. No,
you don't have to.
No,
and that's why they make them like that.
No.
Because you don't have to.
Because you don't have to. And it's good because they still hit the bases, they don't hit like they just don't go into the detail, but they hit the basis of it.
And in the comic book population that watch the movie are such a small population, so you have to cater to them, but you also have to cater to making the most amount of money.
Yeah.
The kids, anyone that's younger than any of us, probably didn't watch comic books. Anyone born 95 and older didn't watch any comic books, didn't read any comic books.
Yeah.
And even anyone born in early 90s, it's like if you read them, they weren't popular. It was like you had to go against the grain in order to get them. You had someone who was an older brother who had the comic books because they were really popular in the 90s, in the 80s, in the 70s. And Marvel in general were just ahead of the time. They had the Black Panther is the richest and wealthiest superhero. Like, not fucking Iron Man, not anyone else. He's the smartest, the most technologically advanced, and the richest, and he's black.
And that's why.
Think about that in the 70s and 80s. Think about what was going on in the 70s and 80s, and how you have a character that's black that is the wealthiest. It's incredible.
That's why, like, they picked the sister at the same time, because Black Panther is, in the comic books, he's smart as fuck.
Yeah.
But in the fact that they got someone who is smart to be the Black Panther, it's like, all right, that's dope. And
you know what the part that I really liked and I thought was so special?
what?
And it was like it's just like a what's understood doesn't need to be explained type of moment. So you know how the movie came on and they were showing us stuff, and then like there was like that moment where they did like a flashback of him.
Oh, with the Marvel?
And everybody in the theater shut up.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know how they'll say when you do a speech, like,
that's how
hey,
they did
let's
when
have
he
a
died.
moment of silence for, you know.
That was dope. It was
whatever.
fucking quiet.
But it was like that without having
fire.
to say, I was just like, damn, that is so beautiful. So,
Yeah.
that I really, really like that.
So for the people that watch the movies, all the Marvel movies that ever come out, and even the shows too on Disney Plus, every time they reveal the Marvel marketing logo, they'll have a change. So throughout all the phases, phase 1, phase 2, and all the movies, it slightly changes.
They'll bring a new character in, they'll throw that new character in.
Right, and they'll switch, particularly I think in the R. The R is the one that changes the most. So in each one of them, they're different. They're never the same. So to have it with purely Chadwick is like, it was like, for anyone that watches, it was just like,
here's the thing too.
Yeah.
It's fire.
You watch that, like, this nigga got this many scenes, like, because this is like,
fire.
You don't think about it, it's just like, yo, this motherfucker, he's been in 4 movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
4 movies?
5 movies.
4?
5.
5?
Infinity War, Endgame.
Oh,
Black
yeah, that's right.
Panther,
Endgame.
and
Infinity
Civil War.
War.
So 4.
Endgame, Infinity War, Civil War, Black Panther 1, and what's the other one?
So 4. It's 4.
4, okay.
He's been in 4 movies. So, but how they did it, it's
That
just
was
like,
so nice. I love that.
it's so many scenes and just that one little clip. It's like, yo, like, you forget, like, just like what they do with commercials. You be like, damn, they look like they showing the whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
Then you watch the movie, it's like, oh shit, they didn't. Like,
Yeah.
they just showed the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So-
That's one thing too that I really
enjoyed that.
liked. I'll take it back.
But yeah, I like the fact, and I ain't gonna lie, it is a movie that makes. I almost teared up at the end when she had that. When she had that.
Their release moment.
Yeah, when she was just like, I was like, damn, yo, like, I couldn't imagine losing a sibling, and then on top of that, being a father, and then having to say, like, you about to go, and then you leaving a child behind. It's just like at a young age, like you don't even get to. It's just like.
And then nobody knew.
Yo, I was sitting there. I knew. I was like, yo, I know she had a baby because she's too thick right now.
I knew it.
And then she's just like, first of all, at a school in Haiti, it's just like, yo, Lupita had a baby.
Because remember how hell-bent she was on not being his wife because she felt like that was her calling out there to save people, and then she left Wakanda left Africa completely, went to Haiti. Yeah. She's in a school. She's like real low-key type of lifestyle.
Too. Shout out to
I was like, I told Vanity, I said, I knew it. I fucking knew it was that it was the kid. But I was just, when they brought the little boy, I was like, oh man, I wanted to cry. Especially when he told her.
Name,
yes!
Keep a secret. It says real name. That's the part.
You can keep a secret.
That's the part I was teared up. I was like,
oh.
Damn, yo. Like,
that was.
No, they didn't just do that. Yeah. They didn't play fair with that part. It's just like, and her face was like. And I was like, that's why they were saying there was multiple Black Panthers, because I thought Okoye, but I was like, now it makes sense why there would be multiple Black Panthers, because it's like, that her face though, I was just like, and she couldn't do nothing but smile. Like, I know this motherfucker.
Yeah. And I love the fact that she asked her too, like, did my mom know? And she was like, yeah, she met him. And I was just like, damn. See,
the tearjerker scene.
Yeah. Oh man.
And I would like to know in the future in the movies if they're gonna tell like Okoye and M'Baku and just like at least
I
them
think
just
he's
like,
gonna. They're gonna bring him back to Wakanda.
So
yeah, when as he gets older.
Yeah.
The future of Marvel is not the main characters that we all know and love. They're going to be all the comic book characters that are the next generation of the Avengers. The next generation of the Avengers are going to be the kids or all these other characters. So you have the new Iron Man, Ironheart. You have the new T'Challa.
Yep.
You have the new Captain America. You have the new
Hulk.
Nothing new Hulk. Oh, She-Hulk. You got She-Hulk.
But did you not watch She-Hulk?
Oh, his son. That's right.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a new Hulk.
You have his son.
I've never seen. Is that a Marvel movie or is that
it's
a
show?
Marvel movie. Yeah.
She-Hulk, but the thing about She-Hulk is it's his own show.
Disney Plus.
It is tied into the Marvel universe, but it is his own show.
okay.
Like it is, they do to reference, and she talks like if you ever see Deadpool break the fourth wall, talk to the camera.
Mm-hmm.
She does that a lot.
Yeah, and you have Hawk. You have
I've never seen
Hawkeye.
Deadpool.
Hawkeye is the other one too.
Yep,
Hawkeye too. So yeah, you already have the new generation of the future of Marvel, and then you have X-Men coming in. X-Men can be the characters that you know, or they could be the young characters that you know that are going to be the main protagonists in the future.
I didn't like that.
Future.
I didn't like when they went back in time with X-Men.
Yeah, they scrapped it all. Most of it's not canon for the future of Marvel. As far as Marvel's cinematic universe, it's not canon. A lot of it's not going to be canon.
I like that cup for that reason. You know how many times I and went to frantically grab it just because I thought that it was just gonna spill up. I like that cup. But yeah, I really like Namor. Yeah, I really liked him. I liked his whole scene. I wish they would have explained the fucking
the wing feet.
That's the mute.
So the
That's
wing
the mute
feet
part
is historically, and I was actually watching something on Netflix too today. An amazing show. I'm gonna find the name of it for you before I leave here. Absolutely amazing show. You guys gotta watch it. The guy is a he reads and he writes shit on as far as the history of people. His main goal is to show that the people that came now and current, there was an advanced civilization before, and the fact that we've lost connection because of the Ice Age or the growth of the Ice Age, which was like 12,000 years ago. Long story short, he goes to all these different places. I've seen 6 episodes so far. He's been to Mexico. He's been to Sicily. He's been to a couple different other places, but he shows like the history of it. So the history, the serpent, the feathered snake god is a Mexican thing, Azo-American or Mesoamerican. So he came to Mexico, and he pretty much brought knowledge. That's the story of the snake serpent god. So namor is the feathered snake serpent god.
Mm-hmm.
So he's supposed to have feathers, and he's supposed to also be a snake. So you may have seen him when he's descending on a throne. He has the snake head, which is actually the statues of the same exact snake head in the Mesoamericas. And then he has feathers, and then he has the feathers on the feet like Hermes from Greek mythology.
But they explain it, it's just part of his mutant DNA, his deformity, or
technically he's deformed because his mother took the heart-shaped herb that made her have superpowers, but because he was in her belly, he has superpowers, but he doesn't need to take the herb. He can't get rid of his superpowers by taking the herb.
When she pulled that shit off, I was like, I know that shit hurt. When she pulled the feathers off,
he screamed.
She just ripped it off. Was she like?
I didn't like that scene. I don't like the fact that they made him mad weaker in order for her to fight him. I think that took away from her. Granted, right? Because she doesn't have any combat experience, so she had to weaken him.
But I like the intelligence part. Is like that's how he's breathing. Like, and that scene on the bridge is hard because Okoye ain't got to fuck with. Like, she got her ass whooped now, but.
I was so sad when she told her like you a dove.
Like she got fired.
Yeah.
She cried, and they brought up. I'm glad they brought that up because I would have been wondering that too. Like, what the fuck happened to her husband? She's like, yo, he in prison. You don't even go see his ass. And when she was cold in the first one for saying, "Yo, I choose the throne over when he's like, you gonna choose the throne or me?" And she's like, "I'm obedient to the throne." It's like, yo, this bitch is cold. Like,
she's loyal to the throne.
The other thing too is that he wasn't wrong for what he did. If T'Challa, Black Panther's father, died, it goes to the next of kin, which would be his brother. You can't pass it down. You can't pass the throne down to your children if you have a younger brother. You'd have to have him authorize that in order for it to happen. But if he kills his brother, in order for his children to have it, which happens in government systems like that, it kind of makes sense. So if you're looking from a purely loyal standpoint, dude's fight, Michael B. Jordan's fight wasn't wrong. He deserves it. That's what I'm saying, Okoye. So if I was a governor, if I was
her
sergeant,
her husband, or her love interest.
She's a leader of the military.
Well, I'm talking about her love interest,
which is
the dude with the first one. He was T'Challa's best friend.
The Rhino.
The one who he was like, yo, Claw killed my father. The border tribe. They use the blankets and shit.
The blue.
He was a nigga from Get Out.
Get Out.
Oh, that's what love interest.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
He died?
No, and the show is like he's in prison because when they fired her, she's like, she shouldn't even go see her own husband.
Oh, I didn't see that part. I didn't get that.
It's just like, yo, that I was wondering what happened to his ass, but that's a loyal motherfucker. Like you said, fuck love. Like I'm loyal to the throne, but which you all right. Like with the father and the brother. Mm-hmm. This is like, damn, like...
I'm trying to find the name of the show that I was just talking about.
You gotta be super loyal.
I didn't like the fact that he didn't, in the first one where he didn't, like, say anything about Michael B. Jordan. Like why he left him there. Like...
He did.
I feel like...
He did. He kind of did.
Ancient Apocalypse.
That's on my...
Ancient Apocalypse.
I should just put that on my list today.
It is absolutely...
I should just put that on my list. But he kind of did because he don't want...
No, he said he was ashamed of.
Yeah.
So, but I'm saying, like, I felt like, I don't know, he should have, like, still brought him. I understand why, because he needs to be able to challenge him and everything else.
Old boy was downstairs playing basketball.
So he could have waited. And then you allowed...
Have you been to a hood basketball? You don't interrupt that for nothing. People get fucked up.
Yeah, lucky someone doesn't interrupt with gunshots.
Yeah,
I shouldn't say that.
Unless it's that, but...
I take that back.
But
they're safe. You can watch it. We can watch an 8-boy basketball game without getting shot.
Not with that video going viral.
Which one?
With dude...
Oh, he went
back on the court with the
put the shit in the bag. Yeah. He goes, hey, yo, bro, hey, nah, I think the game's over. Everyone's going home. You can go home. Yeah, everyone's going home. We just go home. Just go home. We done here.
But overall, to me, it was a good movie. It's definitely. I wish.
I'm gonna go see it.
I wish they would.
Yeah, see it again.
I'm not mad, but I wish they would have explained how he died in the movie.
I said that shit too, like,
they didn't really.
Because she said,
it's heart complications.
She said it was...
Yeah, they tried to save him. It was complications with something. They did explain it.
Yeah, she said, I was here trying to, like, look for ways for my brother. But I felt like when... I don't know. I definitely wish they would have addressed that, like, in the beginning better.
I feel like it's one of those, like you said earlier, what is known doesn't need to be. What is understood doesn't need to be. Doesn't need to be explained. Mm-hmm. It's which like, you know that he died from cancer in real life. So they played on that. They were like, he didn't tell anyone. It just went. So I feel like if I have to decide, I feel like he died from cancer and he knew he had cancer. Yeah. Because I don't know the time frame from Black Panther 2 and Black Panther 1 or Infinity War. But
which is crazy because they didn't say that.
Yeah, there's been at least a couple years in between them, right? Because everything settled down. She
6 years.
They said 6 years. 6 years because she said she hasn't came back.
Yeah,
she hasn't
left
came back
right
to Wakanda for 6 years. So there's at least 6 years in the future. So he has cancer. He's running Wakanda. There's no conflicts outside that we know of. Obviously, there isn't because all of Marvel has just been advanced 6 years, right? Because you can't have Chadwick in anything, but or anything. If you do have nonetheless, 6 years. 6 years. He died from something that he didn't tell anyone about. Yeah. And that is applicable to who he is in real life, the actual character, Chadwick.
Which was cool. That's why I say it wasn't a big issue for me, but I just wish they would explain that. But like you said, it was understood, don't need to be explained. Mm-hmm. I like the fact they played off of that. But yeah, that shit. Like I said, that last scene when she just like, I was like, yo, goddamn, y'all have to play all this handshaking shit, all that.
I didn't cry.
Can we talk about the entrance scene in this movie when they was all having that meeting and she dropped through the, when she came after she like became the Black Panther and she just like dropped.
Oh, she dropped that. That was stupid.
Like
that was
that was kind of hard, just like fighting everybody because nobody was expecting it.
I could do without that.
But to me, it was just like that was pretty hard because it was hard in the first one when that nigga just.
Wait, I think this one I walked out. I don't remember that.
My favorite Black Panther character is M'Baku. Let's just be clear. M'Baku is my favorite Black Panther character. Like everyone else.
He come in talking shit, yo.
Yeah.
It's M'Baku. Then it's the female guard, the female army, which is the
Okoye?
No, the whole division. Army. They call it the
Dora Milaje.
Dora Milaje is my second favorite characters. All the Dora Milaje my second, and then it's T'Challa, probably, honestly.
And M'Baku come in talking shit.
Yeah, I like
that scene when he first come in is
so
like this nigga, like
this
dude talking hella shit.
Yes, he almost has like not an authentic African accent or Nigerian accent, but he reminds me of like if I had a Nigerian uncle, it would be M'Baku. Just disrespectful, just like down to earth, straightforward, just like with an accent, African, just like. And T'Challa's more like a smooth criminal, and he kind of understands politics. And M'Baku's just like, yeah, this is what it is.
Yeah, I like it.
Just way he talk shit to Okoye, I was like, yo, I know they be talking. Like, I would like to see more of that interaction, like from them two, because that one scene let me know it's like I know they talk shit to each other.
Yeah.
Like they they respect each other, but they
talk mad shit.
But they don't really like each other like that. But the respect is
there.
Yeah, but
and that's how it should be. That's
but like shit talking has to be like because what he said to her about being bald, I think he made a joke about her being bald, the bald-headed warrior, some shit like that. Oh yeah,
he did.
Like he talking bad
that would
shit.
Be sick. The other thing too that I'm worried about for the future of Thor is Storm. So you have the new T'Challa's son.
I think because Letitia Wright's character is Shuri does not have a love interest, I think they're gonna make Storm. I think it's gonna be a lesbian situation.
I think so too. She just gives a lesbian.
Cause she has no love interest. So whatever, and then just like they did with the other two and the Warriors of Dora Milaje, they made them. Oh shit, the new general and then the old girl. It's like thanks, hon. Like. Oh shit! So I see where y'all fucking going. Because she has no love interest. Who would be her love interest? So whatever way to connect with now, then to be like, oh yeah, Storm is lesbian. I feel like but they might go with old boy as he gets older. But I feel like now they might go in that direction. Just because of the times. It's more acceptable. So
you want to throw some LGBT in there. You gotta get a Jew character.
I like what they did. Midnight Daughters.
Yeah,
I think it's the Midnight Daughters. But that's the major thing in the comic book where it's like a special group. I thought it'd be more, but they only did the two. But it's just like even that shit was badass. Like to end the Black Panther review out of 5 stars, how much would you give it?
Out of 5 stars?
I'm giving it a 5.
4.8.
4.8?
4.8.
Yeah, I get a 5. They get a 5 from me.
I say like 4.5. 4.
Yeah.
It's up there.
It's not a diss to it. It was good.
Absolutely impeccable and absolutely amazing movie.
The water scenes was top tier.
Because they were actually in water.
Water scenes were fucking top
and I was waiting.
Grenades.
And I was waiting because they were actually in water.
And you know that they were really doing this shit in water because you can see that they were like can see that they were holding their breath, but it didn't look like they were about to fucking die at the same time.
They wasn't talking.
It was top tier.
They wasn't talking.
Exactly.
Underwater, except for that one scene. But you didn't see their mouths move. Same thing with like Namor. Like you probably saw his, but that was the only one I could pick out. Like seeing their mouth move.
Yeah. And
they talk about it in like interviews on how they did that. They actually have to do training for that shit. Like be in the water for like 6 minutes with weights. I can see that. And like actually train their body to be in the water like that, which is like, I was like, no wonder why they didn't talk. Like, because versus like Aquaman, you see him talk all that shit. This one is like, nah, we in real water. We not about to do this shit. Fuck y'all. Like,
for real.
Yeah, their water scenes was top tier.
You saw him
5, 4.5, 4.8. Averages to
It was a good movie.
4.78, probably 4.78.
Go see the fucking movie.
Go see
It's
it.
good. Yeah.
Absolutely fucking incredible movie.
Absolutely.
If you're a crier, just take some tissue because you're gonna be a little bitch in there.
It's
Like,
yeah, that end
for
part
a little bit.
That end part.
And the scenes, just outside of the just emotional combat.
Yeah.
The emotional side of shit. The fighting scenes.
Yeah, they were good.
Really.
It was a lot
much
of
better than
fighting.
the first one.
More fighting scenes than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out
And
to
be cultural. Be cultural. You know, like understand black culture. If you don't understand black culture, if you're against black culture, it may not be the best movie for you.
And I like the fact that at the end it's like, yo, these are allies, like Hispanics and blacks. Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah.
That's how it in real life.
I hate and I love the scenes like colonizer and stuff like that, like because it's cringy to a large percentage of American population. So it's like, how do you effectively do that in a movie and look to
My
make
favorite
money, right?
colonizer.
Right.
Yeah.
So those scenes as a black man was still a little cringe to me because I want to be able to, if I had white friends, go see it with him without him feeling some type of way. But I get it.
Out of 5 stars, how much would you give it?
Out of 5 stars,
I'm giving it a 5.
4.8.
4.8?
4.8.
Yeah, I get a 5. They get a 5 from me.
I say like 4.5. 4.
Yeah.
It's up there.
It is not a diss to it. It was good.
Absolutely impeccable
was,
and absolutely amazing movie.
The water scenes was top tier.
Water scenes
Because they were
top tier.
actually in water.
Scenes were
And
fucking top
I was
tier.
waiting.
Grenades.
And I was waiting because they were actually in water.
And you know that they were
And-
really doing this shit in water because you can see that they were like hold like I
They
like
wasn't
that you
talking.
can see that they were holding their breath, but it didn't look like they were about to fucking die at the same time.
They wasn't talking.
It was top tier.
They wasn't talking.
Exactly.
Underwater,
Like, they
except for
wasn't
that
saying
one
anything,
scene.
yeah.
But you didn't see their mouths move. Same thing with like namor. Like you probably saw his, but that was the only one I could pick out. Like seeing their mouth move.
Yeah.
And they talk about it in like interviews on how they did that. They actually had to do training for that shit. Like be in the water for like 6 minutes with
I can
weights.
see that.
And like actually train their body to be in the water like that, which is like, I was like, no wonder why they didn't talk. Like,
yeah.
Because versus like Aquaman, you see him talk all that shit. This one, it's like, nah, we in real water. We not about to do this shit. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, their water scenes was top tier.
You saw him
5, 4.5, 4.8.
4.8. All right.
Averages to
It was a good movie.
4.78, probably 4.78.
Go see the fucking movie.
Go see
It's
it.
good. Yeah.
Absolutely fucking incredible movie.
Absolutely.
If you're a crier, just take some tissue because you're gonna be a little bitch in there.
It's
Like,
yeah, that end
for
part
a little bit.
That end part.
And the scenes, just outside of the just emotional combat.
Yeah.
The emotional side of shit. The fighting scenes.
Yeah, they were good.
Really.
It was a lot
much
of
better than
fighting.
the first one.
More fighting scenes than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out
And
to
be cultural. Be cultural. You know, like understand black culture. If you don't understand black culture, if you're against black culture, it may not be the best movie for you.
And I like the fact that at the end it's like, yo, these are allies, like Hispanics and blacks. Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah.
That's how it in real life.
I hate and I love the scenes like colonizer and stuff like that, like because it's cringy to a large percentage of American population. So it's like, how do you effectively do that in a movie and look to
My
make
favorite
money, right?
colonizer.
Right.
Yeah.
So those scenes as a black man was still a little cringe to me because I want to be able to, if I had white friends, go see it with him without him feeling some type of way. But I get it.
Shout out to because they build up Thunderbolts by having an old girl there, his ex-wife, the white dude.
Oh
Ross,
yeah.
his ex-wife.
Oh, she's the one that recruited. She's been recruiting everyone at the end of the movies.
Yeah, she's gonna be the head of Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
So shout out to them for setting it up because a lot of this is me being a comic book fan. A lot of major
Where's
story.
she from? Did she?
She was on Seinfeld.
No,
She's
Seinfeld.
on-
I was thinking Will and
She was
Grace.
Seinfeld.
Was she
Yeah,
one of?
Seinfeld.
Was she one of
Yeah.
Grace? She was.
I don't know. I
No.
ain't never watched it.
Okay.
But she's
No,
majorly
no.
known for Seinfeld.
Okay.
I know who you're talking about though, but no, it's
The
not.
black, the girl with the black hair.
Yeah, no.
They're
completely different.
building up like one of the storylines with Thunderbolts and
Mhm.
comic books. Me just being a fan is that they go to Wakanda.
Mm.
So they might be going back to Wakanda for vibranium, but using them to go against people that, because you see how they set it up. It's like, yo, ain't nobody that can come fuck with us with the Wakandans, and now and she's been bringing people up because they also got Bucky in the new one, and I think that's gonna be a big conflict. Like, yo, like Wakanda, so put us on. You know what I'm saying? Show us what's up. And I think they're going.
Who the hell is Bucky?
Winter Soldier.
The Winter Soldier.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought
They need
You
to
seen
give
Falcon
more.
and the Winter Soldier? You seen that?
No.
She doesn't have Disney Plus.
Well, she could have. I've been telling her guy all she gotta do is ask, but.
Oh, I have great friends.
But yeah,
Finally
I feel like they're gonna set that up
HBO.
for them to come back because Wakanda is just the strongest nation in the world, and that whole scene was like, shit, like we have nobody, we can't really fuck with them, and we tried to, but they took our people and brought them back to us.
Yo, those Mesoamericans was fucking Wakanda up, fucking them niggas up.
That boat scene,
They
the boat
should have
scene
did the boat scene.
when old girl walks slow.
Should've did the boat scene.
When old girl walks slow, not that boat scene, the first one.
Oh.
When old girl walks slow, and they all like, when they
off the side when she jumps off.
no. So remember at night when the boat was getting raided,
Mm-hmm.
and then the water people came up.
Yeah.
When he twirled the
What
helicopter.
do you call them? Are they Atlanteans?
Not Atlanteans, they're Talcon.
Talcon, yeah.
Yeah, so I thought she was gonna throw a spear at the fucking airplane. I was about to say, oh, she going for the long distance, like Hail Mary. But then they did this little spinning shot. I was like, okay,
that shit up.
all right. But it was just a little bit better to me if they showed her like, let me show you what I work, because they spread out and stood in a line for her to walk in the middle, like she was just that motherfucking like, oh, y'all think they gonna get away? Watch what I do.
You know what I to piggyback on that, I didn't really like the fact that they made them like so like they were more powerful. Like
the
water people.
The
Yeah.
water people. They made them like hella powerful. Like
they explained that.
I know that but I was just like, damn, like y'all couldn't make them like a good, like a 49-51 type of situation. It was definitely giving 46.
We wouldn't have got those
it was
two
giving
scenes.
80-20.
Like, it was just
but we wouldn't have got those
disgusting to see
scenes between Okoye and old boy when they saw each other every fucking time.
Oh yeah, because every
like,
time it was lit.
Yeah, like
They wanted each other's head. Yeah, it was lit every time they see each other.
They all have the vibranium herb inside of them.
Right.
So that's the reason why they're technically all Black Panther-esque characters. So that's the reason why they was getting their asses whipped.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they should have also now taken the fucking ship into the middle of the ocean.
Like you said, that didn't make sense.
To fight 50,000 fucking Black Panthers.
But I think the biggest thing is that like they have the advantage because obviously they were in the water, but like also too, nobody fucking knew that these motherfuckers existed.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when he actually took her to his place, I was just like, damn, like they really did, like that shit was top tier.
That's another thing that I, since you said that, I would like to say my third thing I didn't like is that they could have easily had them attacking like certain nations and blaming it on Wakanda. Like these people who are super advanced coming to certain towns and fucking shit up. Mm-hmm. Like you should have had him. That was his goal, was to have war with the land dwelling people.
Yeah. So
have him go out and cause conflict, and then being like, "Yo, we fucked some shit up, and yes, they're blaming you for it. Now I'm forcing Wakanda to be on my side. They're already blaming me for it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like why not?
That would have been.
That's you know what?
That could have been an easy thing. Like during the UN. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
During the UN conflict, when they were talking, "Oh, this we're doing, this we're doing," they're like, "Well, you guys, Wakanda has been doing this and this and this and this," and then her to be like, "Nah, we didn't do any of that shit. Like you guys are blaming us, but you have no proof."
Right.
And that would be like the conflict of like Wakanda versus the UN. Yeah. And then like this dude from Mesoamerica is like, well, they already hate you anyway. They're coming for your neck. You might as well be on my side. Yeah. And if you don't, we're gonna fuck you up and then fuck the rest of my mom.
Yeah,
I told my homegirl that she watched it. Yeah.
That was the kind of plot what he was trying to do. Is like we need to attack everybody together.
Right.
So. Yeah, but if he would have done it first,
yeah.
Like if he would have, like did though, like Well, I guess they kind of did, but it was because they were forced into it.
They were searching for the vibranium.
Yeah.
And under the ocean,
and so they fucked him up for that.
They should have been fucking him up.
But yeah,
like anyone
exactly.
that on a boat that went by, or like fucking what the fuck is shit called? Bermuda Triangle. You could have blamed it for the Bermuda Triangle. They're right there in Mexico. Oh, it's kind of like East Florida. We could have like a Bermuda Triangle. Like, oh yeah, they've lost 17 ships and 13 aircrafts. You know, we don't know what's going on over this certain area. Yeah, because the niggas is trying to fuck y'all up because y'all are fighting over the shit and they don't want them to find out. Yeah, that could have easily been a direct transfer. I like that. That was a good point.
Yeah,
that was. But I agree with you. That boat, these motherfuckers.
Yeah, they shouldn't have took the boat.
Like, and I thought it was gonna be something on the boat, like that just like caught everybody, but nothing fucking happened. It's just like, so what was the real point? Because they try to explain, oh yeah, to get away from people, but it's just like, have y'all city already underwater any fucking way? It doesn't really fucking matter anymore. Like,
you know how they did that one scene where like they had to get out of the water because they did whatever noise? I felt like you remember that?
Yeah, it was under
the ship. That's why they hit the bottom of the boat. Yeah.
So I felt like that should have been a continuous thing. Because all you motherfuckers gotta get out of the water. Yeah. So you gotta show your hand essentially. And then I think they should have been. I just feel like they weren't fucking prepared.
I thought they might have trapped them into
this nigga
like,
came
and
into
there should have been
Wakanda.
something on the boat, like as they're trying to climb up that bitch to like fuck their ass up because they water people.
I thought something similar. They was gonna get them in the middle of the boat on top and then just trap their ass.
Right.
Yeah, like I thought. Yeah, it should have been something more.
This nigga came to Wakanda, didn't have the fucking lip tattoo, got into Wakanda, and then dropped off the fucking who knows how many tons of machinery. No, machinery.
Oh, yeah.
When he first found
the
princess.
Yeah.
Dropped off the machinery. He didn't make one damn sound. And niggas didn't know nothing. And then they dipped in the water again. You knew it. And then he said, too, we have more fucking soldiers than you have blades of grass.
Yeah.
You should have believed that.
What you want me to go get somebody? You want me to go get a student from? No problem. I'll be back.
I could have for you.
Another.
I said the same shit. I was just like, what the hell? Like he was not fucking off.
He did
not play with them.
Another scene I like.
And then they have fucking water animals with them, like the whales and shit. They came up there with fucking killer whales. Are you dumb?
Are you dumb? Right. Are you stupid or
dumb?
In Charles River. I'm from Cambridge once again. The Charles River is not salt water, nigga. It's a river. It's a fucking freshwater river. Orcas don't fucking swim in fresh water. No, the whales. Them niggas brought whales on the Charles River and then jumped off of them on a bridge and fucked niggas up. Like, that shit was crazy.
Another thing I like, and I like the, to me, because I've heard about it in Greek mythology, the sirens.
The sirens
walking off.
That was sick.
They hear the music, they just walk. I was like, yo, that's some shit for your ass.
They did a little mythology with that.
Yeah, I was like, that's some shit for your ass, because to be able to just like, what's that noise? And the fact that everybody just all of a sudden had like certain people had earbuds. It's like, yo,
that was kind
of the fuck.
Yeah, you were nowhere near prepared for that.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
we're being extremely hard on the movie right now. However, the movie
it's still a good
is
movie.
Absolutely
We're
nitpicking. We're nitpicking.
Yeah. But it's still that's
incredible
like
movie.
That whole scene was tight as fuck. Like just niggas walking off like, so I'm just gonna jump in this water and for no fucking reason.
That shit was I did like that though when they were doing that. But if they would have made I feel like that would have made more sense. That would have tied in why they did it in the water. When they fucked their ass up when they was like with that sound and then did something to the boat so that when they tried to climb up that bitch, it lit their ass up and they was dead immediately. Right. Like it would have been toxic.
Whole bunch of fire on the side of the boat, or
like
spikes that came out and randomly poking niggas, or niggas with spears that was
ready to get their ass. Come on, that shit would have been bad.
When they figured out how to beat him, I was like, yo, don't tell me they're gonna drop an oxygen bomb. Like you seen in other movies, like Godzilla and King Kong. No, Godzilla King of Monsters. They did that. I was like, don't tell me they're gonna drop an oxygen bomb in this fucking water. like that's not fair. That's not a fight no more. Like y'all just literally like y'all said, fuck it, we just gonna genocide, nigga. Like fuck these motherfuckers.
Damn.
But it was pretty smart to be like, yo, and she said it like, yeah, let's dehydrate this fucking his water ass. Like, yo, goddamn, all right. But Riri was cool. That's more down to earth without going too extreme.
Yeah, I like her.
She was dope. I can see her being a dope ass. I'm
Iron Man, the next Iron Man.
I want to see that series because she's getting her own.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see that. How that
And
goes.
she from MIT. Shout outs to the bridge. 4-4 in the building, bitch.
I want to see
Oh my gosh.
how they say she came up with the concept to do that. What inspired her anyway? Because they didn't really go too much into the backstory.
Yeah.
Like, the Iron Man really inspired her, or just like...
It's definitely Iron
And
Man.
she's so
It's definitely
fucking
Iron Man.
smart. Like, in this with no
She's just
effort.
creating shit that she didn't know that was being used.
Yeah.
For
Exactly.
That's the thing.
shit. Like,
Like, what? I
it's
just did something
effortless.
stupid to find you vibranium, and they're using it to find vibranium.
And-
That's crazy. It was a science.
And I like how
And
they
I
touched
did the
that.
shit because a bitch told me I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Right.
I like
What'd
how
you
they
say?
touched that. How they touched the fact that, you know, because they said, she even said, like, my professors don't believe I'm smart. And she's like, well, it's hard. Elders never think the younger people are smart.
Yeah.
Some shit. I was like,
Or can teach them
I
some
like
shit,
that
yeah.
because you got somebody who builds shit for no fucking reason because somebody said she couldn't do it and they're actually using
Out
it.
of fucking jump
But not
box.
giving her fucking credit, which is the fucked up shit. Like,
Right.
you're not giving her no kind of credit. And she hustling. She like, yo. Fact she rolled up on dude is like, yo, I took that test. You got me. What'd you get?
Yeah.
What'd you get? And just took his phone. Yeah, I'm selling you right now. In real life. But, yeah. But it's just
I
like,
want to find out where she's from. I want to find her origins. Whether she's like
she thugging out
Chicago
there.
or it's Chicago.
Hey,
It's
yeah,
Chicago. Let's
'cause
not
she
play.
said
It's
it.
Chicago.
Yeah,
Is it Chicago?
no, she said it.
Oh, yeah, she
She
did
was
say
going
that.
back to
Yeah,
Chicago when she
yeah,
left
yeah.
Honda.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but it's just like, yo, she really thugging. She
Oh.
grabbed dude's phone. Yeah, I'm selling me right now. Like, yo, all right. Like, at that point, it's just
You gotta
like,
respect her.
yeah, you got balls.
The last thing, or not the last, I don't know if it's the last thing or not, but Haiti being incorporated inside of it.
Oh yeah, that was
The
dope.
only president, the first black president on the Western Hemisphere. Like, Haiti is such a predominant country that we don't really give enough credit to. It has led.
Yeah.
It has done so much. It has so much of the first for black people in the Western Hemisphere and black people in general. We don't give enough appreciation to Haiti. So shout outs to all my Zoes. Shout outs to all my Haitians.
I was about to say.
Oh, yeah, Haiti.
My Haitians.
Nah, that was pretty
love.
dope. It was a good movie. So
Yeah, I would definitely see. I actually am.
I'll be
see
seeing
it
it
again.
again. Yeah,
I
like,
would love to see it.
You
I'm
want
I'll
to
be
see
seeing it again.
gonna bring my nephew for sure.